Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds by nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Nerdarchy Steve.
And today we're getting into Storm King's Thunder.
Before we do, head down in the description below where you can find Nerdarchy, the newsletter. Gain RPG tips delivered right to your inbox, as well as learn how to game with us.
Alright, so Katie from 360 Public Relations was nice enough to send us a preview copy of Storm King's Thunder.
Yes, she was. She is awesome. So apparently she's working with Wizards of the Coast, and now she's sending us products. So thank you so much.
So we just got it. It's literally been in my house for a couple of days, so none of us have really had a chance to really dive deep into it. But we did a flip through. We, talk about some of the great stuff that's packed into this, so that we can.
Now I know both me and you have this book pre-ordered.
Right.
We don't even need it. Throw it away. Oh, no, thank you.
Maybe we'll do something with it.
Maybe we'll do something with it. By the way, guys, before we get into this flip through, this review, this preview, we start discussing stuff on here. We're giving this book to one of our patrons. Daniel Estep is one of our patrons, and you're getting this book. I will be contacting you via email or through the Patreon Messenger, one of those, and we want to send this to you, so we're going to need your address. So wait for that email. This is coming to you.
So while we're talking about that, if you are one of our supporters on Patreon, every month we're going to be giving something away.
Yeah,
and this is our first one.
We're hoping the $25 to $50 range, in value or more if we can swing it. Whatever we can find that's cool that you guys like. But let's get into the Storm King's Thunder now.
So Storm King's Thunder, it's a very very cool adventure. And I think, unlike some of the other books, it actually has dovetail information for all the previously released adventures.
I believe, was it Chris Perkins that did the D&D Live?
I think so.
So when he did it, he was talking about what this adventure is and what they're doing with it. I thought it was so cool. How I'm still stuck on the Hill Giant, but basically the ordering for the giants has been broken. The god of the giants has said, you know what, you guys have to prove yourself worthy. Now you
figure it out.
Figure it out. You have to be a self-made giant, right? And so I just love the fact that the Hill Giants you go, my Hill Giant minions, and raid all of the food and all the land. I will eat it until I am the biggest, fattest giant of them all. Then I will be the best. So I find it hilarious. And that's just one of the motives. I don't remember them all. Like I said, we just got this. There's some really cool things in here, and if you follow Nerdarchy and you're familiar with us, we really don't do pre-planned adventures, but what we do like to do is tear these things apart and use them in our own game.
Find out what bits and pieces out of this are going to be useful for those not running the adventure, right in. And one of those things are the charts that are put in the book, and the traps and those kind of things.
Yeah, they always have random encounter tables, which is great because then you don't have to make your own or find them. All the maps, you can reuse those. Those are most excellent. I mean, and we're just saying from our point of view because, if you're like us and you don't use us, there's new magic items, there's new monsters.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned traps. Well, they have Rune Traps, which are kind of cool. There's one part of the book where they talk about the statues of the giant gods, and it gives you a little bit of information. So, if you didn't have any information before, you can use that to extrapolate for your world.
You got the nod to the old editions of what's in the giant's bag.
Yes,
which is pretty cool.
I love that.
There's a new item of Pixie Dust.
Yes, which is kind of cool. There's one point in there that you can get a pouch of 10 pinches of Pixie Dust, and it has random effects when you use it, or you can use it as a spell component, so that's super sweet.
So I like it as just something that you could put on a pixie and be able to mess with your players a little bit more, and then if they manage to beat the pixie, then they've got a few things of pixie.
I kind of like the idea of maybe a villain uses pixies on his dinner table, like salt and pepper shakers. Yeah, a little bit from actually the Peter Pan-esque type cartoons from Disney's and stuff.
Oh, that'd be hysterical.
Yeah, so how many we went through tallied? I think there was 16 new magic items.
16 new magic items and an artifact on top of that. So 17 new things that you can hand out. And you're dealing with 7 new monsters. Some options to be able to throw in there for on top of your giants. But
each of the giants has new options.
Right. And then you have a new Titanic monster, a new epic monster, however you want to look at it.
Legendary monster.
It's awesome.
Looking at you, Rhett Brook. He runs our legendary monster game, and that might be of interest to him. Also, for the magic items, they have a new type of magic item, which is these are runes, and you can use them as they are, and they have special properties and powers, or you can kind of break them and you put them into an unmagical item.
Right.
Now, in my game, I would actually let you use that in a magic item and say screw it. I think real cool. I think it'd be so much cooler to kind of if you have equipment and you've been playing with it for a while, and instead of making you have this dilemma of picking or choosing which piece of equipment you keep this new one you make, or you stay with your granddad's magic sword, well, why not both?
Absolutely.
Why not enhance granddad's magic sword for a little more coolness?
Yeah, I think that's definitely a way to go. Every DM is going to do it differently, but I think they went with more of the 5th edition feel of, look, we don't want things stacking on top of stacks.
Yeah.
But the ultimate rule of the DM is always right. So if in your game you want to just let things, power each up, sure, go for it.
So I would. One of the interesting things is they have giant runes. So, they have the different runes as well as what they mean, which, little details are cool like that. You can always add that into your game. The artwork in here is really good. I'm not even showing you the good stuff yet.
And there's a couple places in there that it's forget text. This is a full 2-page artwork spread that is just nice. And I don't remember a lot of the other books doing that kind of thing.
No,
so,
they
look at that. That is fantastic.
I showed this off in our weekly review. That is amazing. And there's 3 of them in here, which that's a lot for a book like this. There's a super cool flow chart, which I don't know how you guys set up your adventures, but if I write out a lot of adventures, this is how I kind of do it a lot of times. I think I even stole that method from Nate the Nerd Arc, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Here's a little bit of recycled art. It's good art, but that one's definitely recycled.
It's been around the block a handful of times.
Boo!
Oh, come on, stop it. At the end of the book, there's a whole section on new NPCs, and they're done in a format that almost makes me want to cut them out.
Yeah.
So if Watts were to ever release this as a PDF, I would totally print those things out on cardstock, and that's all the way at the very end.
No. I'm just looking for cool art. Oh, I love this ogre. This ogre looks like he's a freaking walking siege weapon.
But you'd be able to take those NPCs and have them as reference sections just to throw right in your notes, so you're not actually having to refer back to the book every single time you're looking to use that NPC.
We got some big map action going on there, and that's another double page spread, and that wasn't one of the ones I was counting.
Yeah, no, because that's a map. That's different.
Oh, this thing is freaking awesome. The Morkoth. I don't know if I'm giving away spoilers or not by showing any of this. Well, I am sorry, spoilers. That is a ship. That's a boat that is kind of shaped like a kraken. Looks amazing.
So they mentioned new modes of transportation in this book.
Yes.
That was one of them. Another thing that's in there is the floating cloud castle. Come on.
Yeah. Dragon mounted on a dragon, floating cloud castle, or airship.
So lots and lots of really good stuff. We don't have a picture of the Dawn Titan, do we?
No, but we do have a picture of some of these monsters are rehashes, like the Yak Folk. They've come back.
Yak Folk have been around since 2nd edition.
Yeah, but there's also some new ones. A couple beasts, which is always cool for our druids who are looking for things to wild shape into.
Or even just those looking for animal companions.
Yeah, but they're too high.
Well, the 5 is, but the 1
quarter.
It stops at a quarter.
It stops at a quarter. I know.
Well, for those of you who are homebrewing your animal companions,
Tressim. I don't know if that's how you say it, but it's kind of like a fey cat. That's definitely from 3rd edition. Maybe that could actually even be
the winged cat goes back to 1st or 2nd.
Yeah. Well, that one's specific though.
Right.
Well, it could have been the same though. Now, I just want to show off as much of the sweet art as I can find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right back on the other side, that was actually what Ted was talking about as far as
the NPCs.
Yeah, the NPC section. So I don't know. I'm definitely going to be stealing stuff from this book. I can't say I'm going to actually run the adventure, although I really do enjoy it and like the premise. But yeah, like I said, if you've been following Nerdarchy for a while, you know we just do our own stuff. We always have. I think Ryan had wanted to run Curse of Strahd,
Right.
but we just never quite got around to it.
Yeah,
I think this is the last one.
There's the third full 2-page spread artwork.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Yeah, so I'm impressed with the product. I enjoy it. They did a really good job with it. The art is amazing. There's definitely some cool things in there that you can add right into your game. I think they put enough in here to entice me to buy this book, even though I'm not going to run the module.
Right.
Which is pretty good since I already have it on order.
I do as well. It's one of those things that there's always enough stuff in these books for me to say I want this on my shelf.
Yeah, even like Out of the Abyss, I enjoy that book from all the Underdark stuff in there. So when I was running Underdark stuff in my game, it's convenient to go to and be like, oh, here's this stuff, or here's some interesting things for survival, or whatever. Just add some spice to your game. In addition to the other monsters and different things like that. I think like they had a modified beast in there. It was like a rock octopus.
Okay.
So it was a non-aquatic octopus.
A rocktopus.
Rocktopus, yeah, pretty much. So I don't know, guys. Have you ordered the Storm Thunder?
Storm King's Thunder?
Storm King's Thunder yet or not? It will be a link in the description below. Dan, buddy, I'll be emailing you. So
be on the lookout for that email.
With that, in the in the comments below, let us know what you think. Are you buying this book? Have you pre-ordered it? Do you have it already? While you're at it, like, comment, and share.
You can hang out with us over on Facebook.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.